727-441-3311. Or for even faster service, log on to tantalkhealth.com. That's tantalkhealth.com. Here's to your health and longevity.
Hi, this is Jay Leno.
Hey, this is Ted Nugent.
Hi, everybody. This is David Hobbs.
Hi, this is Bob Varsho.
Hey, this is Danny the Count Coker.
Hey, this is race car driver Adam Carolla.
Hi, this is Shirley Cha-Cha Muldowney.
I'm John Forrest.
Hey, this is Jack Roush.
And you're listening to Nostalgic Radio and Cars.
That's Nostalgic Radio and Cars with the most fascinating and legendary names in motorsports every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's Monday! Do you need some Monday motivation? The Shop Local for Good News team is here. I'm Karena Morrison.
And I'm Lisa Walls.
And we're bringing you the good news stories of our neighbors doing good in our neighborhoods.
You can find us on Facebook Live on the Shop Local for Good page, and we're looking forward to your calls.
Let's get this Shop Local for Good News conversation started, shall we? Happy Monday. This is Shop Local for Good News. I'm Karena.
And I'm Lisa.
And we've got a packed show today. We got a special guest with us. We have Denise she's otherwise known as Aunt Niecy, or otherwise known as the person who makes the magical fruit butters.
Oh, thanks.
And she's joining us. She's going to be telling us some about her business, how it got started, and what you're currently involved with, and how much you love Kids Campaign.
Oh,
like
yes.
We do. Okay. We want to get some business taken care of. We want to, first of all, give a sponsor shout out to MarketSpace for Good, where Denise's products are located as well. That's at 6785 46th Avenue North. MarketSpace for Good is much more than just a retail shelf. We are an entrepreneurial entrepreneurial cooperative. We just all kinds of entrepreneurials, and so we offer ways to build your business as much as we offer a retail space, a managed retail space. So you don't even have to be there.
Right.
You just have to be there when I call you and go, okay, we're out of blueberry butter, or we're out of pumpkin butter.
Or to pick up the check.
Yes. She's so happy when I send her those emails.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Now, each week we have a local loyal shopper reward drawing, and we're going to have Denise draw that name later in the show. This week's drawing is sponsored by Festival Hot Sauce.
Yay.
That's Anne Marie, sorry about that. And we've got blueberry pepper jelly. We've got habanero garlic hot sauce. And does that say peach mango? It's all the way across the room. For those wondering on YouTube what I'm looking at in the corner. Okay. And but the Benevolution Foundation is also sponsoring this show. So, Lisa, how's your week been?
It's been crazy already. It's only Monday, and I feel like I've worked half of it already. But it's shaping up to be a good week. The weather's been beautiful, and we're finally getting a little relief from the heat around here, right? And
what Florida have you been in?
I've been in the shady part, because that's where we park. We park in the shade.
Because we're Floridians. Okay, right here. Thank you, Ed. Ed is keeping me straight. Ed is our producer. We really appreciate him getting up really, really early on Mondays to meet us. And we appreciate you for tuning in. We are on Facebook Live on the Shop Local for Good page. That's Shop Local for Good, FOR. And Lorena is our camera person. So shout out to Lorena. She's going to try to let us know. We had to reboot the Facebook Live due to technical difficulties. We want to give a shout out to Jungle J. He was tuning in, and he let us know that he was unable to comment on the Facebook Live. So if you have any questions and you're on Facebook, that's Shop Local for Good. Give the page a like while you're there.
Yeah.
See, I can say like and share, on the radio. Just a social media tip. If you're sharing something, if you're really enthusiastic about something and you want people to invite their friends to an event, or you want them to like your page, it's best not to put those words in the description of when you're sharing, because Facebook has these like metric, they have these little bitty AI robots.
And they pick up on that?
And they, oh, come on. Yes. I've gotten to the point where I put spaces in between the word invite.
Oh, wow. That's nice to know.
To try to break it up. Know that. And I still think they catch on. But no, then Facebook will think that they obviously want you to buy the ads to promote your stuff. So why make it easy? So that's just a little social media tip. If you want people to RSVP to your event, first of all, they have to understand what RSVP means. What does RSVP mean? Would you like to tell? Responde, s'il vous plaît.
Yes.
So yeah, I got a couple of years ago. I put RSVP in all caps, trying to get people. And I had somebody send me a message. What is RSVP? I'm like, oh my. Oh my, that means I really would like to know that you're coming.
Let me know quickly.
Yes. So we're going to talk about Benevolution Foundation in the first block. That is the non-profit that was founded by Shop Local for Good's family. And what the Benevolution Foundation has a mission to do is help locally focused, all volunteer nonprofits grow in the community. And we are going to be launching our application process for 2019 in November, after a really fun, cheesy festival that we're going to be talking about.
A certain mac and cheesy festival?
A certain mac and cheesy festival. But yes, mid-November, I'm going to open up the application process for Greater Tampa Bay, all volunteer managed, locally focused nonprofits. So you want to pay attention to the Benevolution Foundation's Facebook page. If you're interested in knowing more ahead of time, go ahead and send me an email at Karena, Karena, at thebenevolutionfoundation.org and put in nonprofit, or just put in hi in the subject line.
Sure.
I'll get that.
You're friendly. You'll open it. You always open your email.
I love reading.
Yes.
I'm one of those weirdos that likes to read. All right. So let's talk about mac and cheese.
Oh, yes,
oh
please.
Boy.
Yes.
Yum.
Because that has to do with Benevolution Foundation too, because the Benevolution Foundation is not only, we're managing the People's Choice competition for this year's annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. By the Benevolution Foundation managing it, it helps us save on processing fees for everybody, for all the nonprofits. Because why would there need to be processing fees, Lisa?
There shouldn't be if you're giving your money for a good cause.
No voting, People's Choice voting.
Oh, okay. I thought
There's
you meant
processing.
General, philosophically,
Right.
processing fees.
Well, you can always come into the MarketSpace for Good and write a check to the Benevolution Foundation. There's
Any
no
day.
processing fees.
That's
Yes.
true.
But People's Choice voting is done right now. It's currently live online. Aunt Niecy is a competitor.
Yes.
You're going to want to move up to the microphone.
Okay.
I know these chairs are super comfy and you can lean back. And the way you vote for your foodie favorite, like Aunt Niecy's competing for, is you go to shoplocalforgood.com and you find the category that you want to vote in, because there's foodie favorite, there's Tampa Bay's sweetest treat, there is favorite local shopping, and there's favorite local nonprofit. Lots of competition going on. And it's a $2 donation to the Benevolution Foundation.
That's all?
Per vote. That's it. And then what happens is Aunt Niecy picked her favorite participating nonprofit. And who's your favorite?
Kids Campaign, Inc.
Kids Campaign. We had Christine on the show last week. It was awesome. So the proceeds of every vote, each and every vote for Aunt Niecy or any of our competitors will be put into a grant fund for the nonprofit that you chose to compete for. And then the Benevolution Foundation writes them the grant check.
Wonderful.
So that they can help.
I'm excited.
Help their neighbors in need. So the voting began on September 1st, and Aunt Niecy's is actually currently in the lead for Foodie Favorite.
Yay!
It's pretty awesome. That's shoplocalforgood.com. You want to go to shoplocalforgood.com. Please do not do that if you are driving. If you're currently driving.
Good point.
Yes. Because let's be safe, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts about people's choice voting?
Well, it's an important way to get involved because, the $2 can help a local, well-run charity much more than you think. And a few votes per family could mean a lot. And voting is till October 26th. So, a few now, a few next week. This is change that you might find in your drawer or in your car cup holder that you can turn into actually doing some really good work in the community.
Plus, it's a lot of fun. It gets people excited about mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
What is mac and cheese? We keep talking about mac and cheese on a Monday morning. Should we explain what mac and cheese is?
I think we should.
Cheesy.
It's
real cheesy.
Cheesy, delicious fun on a Monday morning. Okay, the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival is Shop Local for Good took over last year, and we were invited back by the New Hope Church Palm Harbor team to return for the Mac and Cheesy Fun. Last year we had 4 nonprofits that we were raising funds and awareness. I decided to double it up this year. We have 8.
More the merrier.
Yes. So we are raising awareness and funds for New Hope Church Palm Harbor's Youth Activity Center.
Awesome.
Bowls for Good. They work with Feeding Tampa Bay. And Ben's going to be on an upcoming show. I love Ben. And Kids Campaign.
Yes.
Christine was on last week. And Pet Pal Animal Shelter. We're trying to get them scheduled. We're trying to see if we can get some puppies in here.
Oh, Lord. We're getting work done.
My daughter's going to have to make sure I don't leave with a couple
with
of
one
them.
or two, right?
Yes. And then we have the Benevolution Foundation. And who am I forgetting? Oh, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office Explorers, Post 900. We're working on a way that they're, those kids are great. They volunteered last year and they hustle. And the person that runs the Explorers program, she's phenomenal. She kept coming up to me last year because people who have never done an event, managed one, or people that don't care as much, probably that do, they just sit there at the booth. Yeah, Karena just runs around all day, and it was really hot. And she kept coming up to me and throwing water bottles at me and then fussing at me, telling me to hydrate. I better sit down. She's like, I do not want to be calling 911 because it was hot. So it was nice for everybody else because it's a shaded property.
Mm-hmm.
And so people were eating mac and cheese, and they were getting, we had some musical entertainment. This year we have Folk University.
They're great.
It's pretty awesome. Lisa, who did I forget?
I don't think you forgot anybody.
Lorena, who did I forget? Mothers of Minors.
Oh, right.
Mothers of Minors will be there. It's Monday. We're not awake yet. We're trying to wake you up.
The baby shower's coming in.
The baby shower is coming. Andrea will be a guest on our show next week. She is the founder of Mothers of Minors.
Great.
So I want to give a shout out to the Benevolution Foundation's. What we did was we gave for the People's Choice, we gave the businesses that are going to be involved with the Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. Like I said, we gave them the opportunity to pick their nonprofit that they wanted their votes, their proceeds to go to. And for the Benevolution Foundation, we have on our team, we have Artisan Coffee Company, Randy.
No, yay.
Give a shout out to Randy. He is also Palm Harbor Pepper Mills. And we have Palm Harbor Pepper Mills at the MarketSpace for Good, and he's going above and beyond, and because they're handcrafted locally.
And they're gorgeous.
They're beautiful. And someone that knows about wood turning came in. In fact, I'm going to give Ben another shout out. It was Ben Farrell with Bowls for Good. He was checking them out because he's another wood turner. He goes, these are fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're really, really reasonably priced. Because if you go into like one of the big box stores, which we're not going to do because we're going to shop local for good.
Always.
He said, you could pay 1.5 times for that, and it's not made. It's not made locally,
and not as good.
Plus, what he did was really cool. If you come into the MarketSpace for Good and you go to the Palm Harbor Pepper Mills shelf, you'll see he cut 2 of them in half.
Oh yeah,
a salt mill and a pepper mill, so you can see the insides.
And his are unique because people don't often think about it. You can't use a pepper mill to grind salt. I mean, a lot of us have the pink salt or the the sea salt, and it's large crystals of salt, and we put it in a pepper grinder. That's actually a problem. The salt will corrode the innards of the pepper mill. So you can look inside his pepper mills and see he's got a special mechanism inside the salt mill that won't corrode.
Wow.
So it's worth it.
Yeah, they're made with a ton of love.
Yes.
Well, and what's even super awesome, and he has charcuterie boards and cutting boards too. And he is donating 10% of his sales to the Benevolution Foundation.
Oh, wonderful.
Which is going to help with our 2019 plans that we'll talk about. So we have Artisan Coffee Company. We have the Copper Artist.
Yay.
I wonder why he picked the Benevolution Foundation.
Because he's a smart kind of guy.
He's a smart guy.
30 years of marriage, you better pick the Benevolution Foundation. And then we have, by the way, that's my husband, in case anybody doesn't know. My husband is the Copper Artist. And you know what I learned this week?
What?
From that really nice couple? I learned it because the 7th wedding anniversary is the copper
one.
Oh.
Remember how each wedding? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And so Mike, I'm going to give Mike a shout out. His wife was so excited about, because he got in touch with the Copper Artist to have something specially made for his wife for their 7th wedding anniversary. And she was so excited about it. She took a picture of it and posted it on her page. And I just love that kind of stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
That is cool.
So we actually got to participate in some kind of way. And with their wedding anniversary. And then even better, they won the weekly drawing last week.
Wow.
Yeah. And
more copper.
Yeah. And purely unique products too. I mean, these are crafted artisan. You're not going to find this on Amazon, y'all.
Dragonflies.
Nowhere.
Dragonflies.
Nowhere.
In fact,
and the rose will last forever. I mean, you'll be able to see it for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then we have LuLaRoe with Kathy Adams.
Oh, very
so
cool.
if you love some LuLaRoe, man, those clothes are comfy.
Aren't they? So soft.
So shout out to LuLaRoe with Kathy Adams. So if you vote for her for favorite local shopping, you will be competing against the Copper Artist, but you'll be raising money for the Benevolution Foundation.
Yes. And ultimately,
and then Kathy's going to be at the event, so you can get your LuLaRoe on it at the mac and cheese.
Excellent. I just introduced my granddaughter to the LuLaRoe leggings, and all she can keep saying is, "They're so soft."
Oh, they are.
They're so soft.
Oh, how old is she?
11.
Oh, so sweet. That's awesome. So at the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival, we are going to have Noah's Ark Petting Zoo and what, Lisa?
They're going to have pony rides.
Yeah. Pony rides. The pony rides are coming. The pony rides are coming back to Palm Harbor. And we love Marissa and her family. And they're a nonprofit too.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yes. So that's Noah's Ark Petting Zoo and Noah's Ark on Wheels. So they pack up their animals, and they're all very loved at their farm. Because there are farms close by. And so she brings them out. We set them up in the back of the property. There's this gorgeous shaded area. Have you seen it yet? The property?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I can't wait. Because here it backs up to a lake.
Oh.
And then there's this fence. So the breeze is coming right off the lake, and there's gorgeous oak trees. I'm picturing it for everybody. It's shaded. So the animals are shaded. But I need to let everybody know there's 2 ponies. So we have early bird activity armbands.
Oh, nice
that
idea.
You're going to want to get the early bird activity armbands because, showing up and not being able to ride a pony might cause some issues. So get your pony ride tickets early, like now.
Yes.
Because they're going fast. And the early bird armband specials have, we've got bonuses, free face painting coupons and balloon art.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's a really good deal. It's less than a ticket to a movie.
Wow.
And it entertains the whole family.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, everybody.
All day.
I mean, how many times have I taken my kids to a movie when they were little, and the kids were thoroughly entertained, and I fell asleep during the movie and
so
wasted
funny.
my $13. But the whole family is entertained.
Yeah.
For hours.
Yeah.
Yep. So you get your People's Choice tickets. You can get them at the event too. We will have a Benevolution Foundation tent. And we're also working on having a mini MarketSpace for Good. So we're going to have a little mini MarketSpace for Good tent there. It'll be fun.
Sounds like fun.
You'll get to see everybody that's in the MarketSpace. So if you're thinking about getting in the MarketSpace, you want to get in now. Get into the retail environment now, and then you get the bonus of being a part of the Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival and us introducing your, because there's over 9,000 people either interested or going. Of course, we don't expect that many to show up, but it's really cool that they're interested.
Wouldn't it be neat if they did show up?
Yeah, we'll just cycle them through. We'll
have a ton of fun.
There's plenty of room. And this year I did add some on-site parking, but I would encourage you to
carpool.
That's the word on a Monday morning I'm looking for. Yeah, save gas, carpool.
Yes.
Rent a van. I don't know. I'm also working on getting some, we would like a sponsor that would offer shuttle service. So if you're out there and you have an airport shuttle service or something and you'd like to get your name out to the community, contact me because you could be a sponsor. And I've, on the event map, I've made this really cool spot where the shuttle just drops off. And it's neat. And there's some parking lots that are real close by. So it's not a whole lot of travel. So we're looking for a shuttle service to sponsor. And we've also got a couple more spaces for large sponsors. And if you're looking for our team to introduce you to well over 10,000 of your Tampa Bay neighbors, you're going to want to get in on mac and cheese. Because it's family fun for good. For good.
Yeah, I like that.
For lots of good. So we are going to be breaking for our commercial break, and we will be back with Denise to find out more about her business.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
If you love literature, you know nothing makes you feel closer to home than works by local authors. Right now, find printed collections by acclaimed poets and writers of Gulfport at MarketSpace for Good's Local Authors Showcase, 6785 46th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. Stop by and let the Shop Local for Good team arrange to have your purchase autographed by the author. The Local Authors Showcase, 6785 46th Avenue North in St. Petersburg.
Macaroni and Cheese is coming back to Palm Harbor to the beautiful campus of New Hope Church. And we are looking for you to give you early bird armband specials with Noah's Ark Petting Zoo coming back with their pony rides and more. We want you to get the bonuses that we're offering. That's shoplocalforgood.com to find the early bird activity armband bonuses at the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. Get your early bird armband specials at shoplocalforgood.com.
For years, Gulfport has been a haven for artists, poets, and storytellers. And now something special is happening in Gulfport. Now, Sumitra Espresso Lounge is hosting weekly live readings by local poets and short story writers. Each reading is followed by an open mic segment. Sip on your favorite espresso while listening to local published authors or present your own work every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Sumitra Espresso Lounge is located at the corner of Beach Boulevard and 29th Avenue in downtown Gulfport.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back. This is the Shop Local for Good News, Shop Local for Good News, Monday Motivation. And we are here motivating your Monday with our dear friend, Denise.
Hi.
With Aunt Niecy. She's also known as Aunt Niecy. And I'm 100% spoiled because, and Lorena too, because we work at the MarketSpace almost every day, MarketSpace for Good. And Aunt Niecy has her products on the shelves. So if we're ever looking to make a peanut butter sandwich, we have fruit butter to add to it. You don't need that nasty jelly.
No, sugar.
Yeah, fruit butter's better. So I wanted to mention one thing about the MarketSpace for Good because I did launch that, and you like that idea. See, Denise is also, she's like my coach. She's like the cheerleader. So if you're a part of the MarketSpace for Good, it's so much more than a shelf because we have a secret group on Facebook.
Yeah.
Lisa just cracks up when she's like, Karena, it's a secret group. I'm like, I can't find it.
Yeah.
You gotta be a member to find the secret group. Then you get invited into the secret group club.
Yeah.
And Denise is just always very encouraging. You're always very encouraging of all the entrepreneurs involved. And
it's exciting.
She has fantastic ideas because you've been through it. So that's part of it too. It's like it's a mentoring, coaching. We all make each other stronger.
Yes.
Opportunity.
Yes.
Teamwork. Because when they come in to get your fruit butter, or your cucumber relish, or your olive tapenade, or your pasta, they can see all the other items that they can buy too.
Yep.
Like Rescue Me Bakery.
Oh, yes.
Her dog treats that also help a local Passion for Pets rescue. So what I want to talk about is put up on the checkout counter a thing where you can put business cards in. Mm-hmm. And so I want to reach out to all the small businesses in Tan Talk Radio Network land who are listening. If you would like to be a part of the MarketSpace for Good, you don't necessarily have to have your products there if you're already established as a brick and mortar business. However, we would love to promote you as a for good small business. So we could put 50 of your business cards in one of those slots, and you make a donation to the Benevolution Foundation each month. And what that donation goes towards is our efforts in growing the locally focused, all volunteer, very, very, very vetted nonprofits that we have. I'm really asked Lisa, I'm very picky about the nonprofits I work with. So, because I have ultimate respect for people who donate their hard-earned dollars towards the nonprofit. Are you playing around with the computer? Or you can't hear? Now you can't
Sometimes I hear differently than I am now.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're touching
I'm
wire.
touching something.
We're having some...
Sorry.
That's okay. We'll get Denise trained by the next time she comes in. Just kidding. So anyway, it's a small business sponsorship. So your business card would be right at the checkout counter. I get to brag about you. We can brag about you on the radio too. And it's just a way for you to, it's a good tax write-off.
Well, it's perfect for a service-oriented business.
Yes.
You may not have products to share on the shelf, but what kind of service people could fill that?
Plumbers and electricians. Hey, is there any electricians out there? Please come to the MarketSpace. Karena needs you. Plumbers, electricians.
We could have just used a plumber.
Well, yeah, see, and you would have liked to use a plumber that you knew was donating to a worthy cause.
Yes.
Yeah. See, people need to understand that kind of power.
And I would rather support a mom and pop
than
big corporation any day of the week with anything I choose.
Right.
Well, there's that follow through, right? That there's a sense of
caring.
The caring for client care. It's a little bit more, I don't know, usually robust in a small or mom and pop.
Personal.
Yeah.
It is.
You feel valued, but it's a great opportunity because, oftentimes service people don't get a chance. They're too busy working their business to share with people that their business even exists. So
they don't have a lot of time to network.
Right, exactly.
And anybody that knows me knows I love bragging about small businesses.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Invest in local nonprofits. Denise is a rock star at that. She's always donating gift baskets. I love this woman. So
thank you. I love you too. And that little card thing I wanted to say is a really nice focal point when you open up the door to the store. It's what your eye is drawn to right away.
Yeah, you ran right up to it. You're like,
did.
Pretty.
I love it.
So that's what we're doing. We also want to get the neighborhood involved. So I was talking a little bit about this on Facebook Live. We'll go into it right now for everybody. I designed a business card for Dark Horse Florida Publishing because they were at a book fair in the mall this weekend. And he wanted to be able to let everybody know that his authors are showcased. Tom Cuba and his authors, the Dark Horse Florida authors are showcased, including the Unicorn Manifesto. We got her on the shelf yesterday.
Fantastic.
Shout out to Destiny. I've got to get that book.
Maybe we can have her on the show.
Yeah. So on the business card, it basically invites people to come to the MarketSpace for our local art and artists because we got another artist in this week too.
Yeah, fantastic.
Greg Costa and his Handle with Love organization that helps get identification cards to people who are suffering from traumatic brain injury. So we're doing a lot of good when you shop at MarketSpace for good. We're doing a lot of good every day.
You're like a beacon for these people who are doing amazing things in the community that we would have never heard about.
I love Greg. He's an artist. He suffers from traumatic brain injury.
Okay.
And when he was going to the support groups, he noticed that there was a lot of the same stories happening because if you don't understand how people act with traumatic brain injury, sometimes they slur their words, sometimes they can't think of their words. And then when you're out in the public, people were judging them that they were either drunk or high or whatever, and they were getting in trouble with law enforcement or they were getting kicked out of the mall or things like that. So what he started, because those ID cards are expensive, he has these gorgeous shirts and it's got a heart, and the heart, if you look closely at it, it's in 3 parts: Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And it says Handle with Love. And so for every one of those t-shirts that you purchase from Shop Local for Good, from the MarketSpace for Good, that helps sponsor one of those identity cards that explain that they can carry around. And, if they're having an issue with somebody not understanding how they're behaving, they can just hand them the card.
Wow, what an amazing opportunity for busy people to do something worthwhile. I mean, if you wear that out to the store and somebody asks about it, you get a chance to share about an organization as you're just going through your daily life. So if you feel like you're too busy to really contribute to a worthy cause, this is a real opportunity to do that.
Shirts are nice.
Wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm always asking others, where did you get that shirt at? I really like it.
Right.
And they can direct them down to the Shop Local for Good.
I'm just so glad that you're here for the whole show. When Denise came in, I'm like, can you be here for the whole show? And she's like, am I allowed to chime in throughout the whole show? Yes, ma'am.
Allowed? Oh.
Well, see, that's my middle name.
We definitely want you to chime in. Denise is a rock star. We love talking with her. So that's the small business sponsorship opportunity. If you're in the service industry or, if you're a caterer and all kinds of things. If you have a business card, we've got the spot for you, and it's not expensive at all. It's not expensive at all. It's less than going out to dinner one night.
Wow. More affordable than you think.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
For that sponsorship. So let's get a little bit into how Denise. How did you start on Niecy's Specialty Foods?
Well, I've always loved to cook all my life. Right. The more I cooked, the better I got at it. And my friends started encouraging me to do it. I started out 9 years ago selling other people's products in the community that were small and chemical free. I decided was what I wanted to stand for. And a friend of mine asked me to research the alkaline food list for his daughter, who had been diagnosed with osteosarcoma. And I did. I researched the list, and that's how I gained my knowledge on the alkaline food list. And it occurred to me one day, wow, I have all this great information I was given, and I need to share that with others and help them learn. Alkalizing your body every day is going to help prevent the growth of cancer. And our food is our medicine. What you eat makes a difference. Healthy in is healthy out.
Right.
Now, it took me about, I'm going to say almost 5 years to sell other people's products to work up to the growth and development to come to be able to get the license that you need to do the cooking and the insurance. And there's a whole lot more on the back end than you realize, but it was a challenge. It was a scary step, the first one, really. And Randy Cohen was one of the guys that encouraged me.
Awesome. He's such a great guy.
He is. He really is. And I'll just never forget that conversation. And he said to me, why aren't you making money for yourself? And I really didn't have a good answer to give him. And from there, I just, I took that first step, leap of faith, saw the first stair without the rest of this. I jumped. I did. I jumped. You're right.
Steve Harvey jumped.
Yes, I love that. When you got to jump. If you want to soar, you got to jump. And it's working out. It's little by little. I can see at the end of each year when I gather up and do my taxes that we've done a little bit better every year. Good. And that cucumber relish was my very first product.
It's very delicious.
Delicious.
Thank you. So it's all vegan, alkaline, it's gluten-free, and it's chemical-free. The fruit butters are the whole fruit and nothing but the fruit. And I just want to be healthy, and I want to pass that on to the next generation and teach people how you can make healthy meals that are really, really delicious, like you were in the restaurant. You don't have to lack flavor to be healthy. You actually get more flavor when you take the chemicals out.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And once you start eating real food and you start tasting the real food, the processed stuff, the nasty stuff it doesn't compare. It absolutely doesn't. I'm sure most of our listeners can identify. I'm sure everybody at this point has tried to at least get healthier once and found that, you can really start tasting your food when you take out all the junk.
Well, I can't eat the chemicals at all now. When I go back to, say, a frozen entree and microwave, forget it. It's just terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yuck. Stuff I used to eat when I was young, right?
SpaghettiOs. I used to eat SpaghettiOs when I was a kid. Oh, it tastes so bad now. And I really think it's because they changed the recipe. I don't know. Sorry to
it might be
whatever
both,
company.
No, when I started, my husband didn't believe me. He looked at me and said, yeah, okay. I said, I can taste them. Now he can taste them.
Full confession here. Yom Kippur is coming up, and that's a fast day, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not a fan of fasting because I like food.
Right.
So I struggle with that. And at the same time, I was out running errands yesterday, and I'm like, I haven't eaten anything, and I really could use this opportunity to get something I really want pre-fast. I'm going to be good on Tuesday. So if I get something fast foodie today, ladies, it was the nastiest thing that I had eaten in so long. I thought that I was getting something really special and indulgent, and it was a fish sandwich from it. It was not good. And I'm thinking to myself, I just wasted money. I just wasted my time. And I could have had something fresh, all natural. And oh my gosh. And I could have actually consumed something worthwhile. And I didn't. I made that negative choice. And I paid for it all night, of course, because, when you eat that kind of stuff, your body aches, right? When you get a certain age. So I love what you do, Denise, because you're helping other people appreciate those good choices.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, it's fun when people come in. I love the saying, all fruit and nothing but the fruit.
Yes.
It's just fun to say.
It is.
And so also the Market Space for Good is kind of it is. It's in a food desert area of the county. And so bringing your fruit butters and the others too, like Festival Hot Sauce, she makes all hers local with good stuff. And Donnie with DJ's Homemade Salsa. Oh, yeah. Somebody was in the other day and they're like, is this really good? I said, I can honestly tell you that I cannot get anything mass produced off a shelf after I've tasted their products.
There's no comparison.
It doesn't.
Not at all.
It doesn't. And you co-pack locally too.
So I do.
It's all local.
It's all local.
So it doesn't even have to drive halfway across the country.
Not at all.
That's awesome. So because Denise is a small business owner in the community and she uses small businesses to grow her small business, you're just investing. And when you buy that jar, from Denise, you are supporting all kinds of neighbors.
That's true. I support the local farmer. I support, like I said earlier, I support small every chance I can get.
It's amazing.
That's
and
why
the
we
product
get along fabulously.
Yeah, and the result is amazing. You can taste how fresh it is.
Yes, that tasting is believing. That's one of my taglines, and you can taste how. That's why I like people to taste it.
Yeah,
because we're not used to this. We're used to a hard brick of sugar with a little flavor in it in the store that breaks the bread when you go to. And you can do so much more with the fruit butter as well.
Yeah, you can.
In your oatmeal and your yogurt, pancakes,
and
even ice cream.
It'll stir in things.
Yes.
When you don't need a ton of it. Like when you make a peanut butter and fruit butter sandwich, because it's not real gelatinous, it's thinner, it spreads better, and you don't need as much of it to get a lot of flavor.
And it's all low glycemic as well.
Yeah.
Well, I tend to add a little bit more probably than I need because it gets all gooey.
Okay.
Yummy. It's so
see, that's
fabulous.
the point now. You can have as much or as little as you want in your yogurt or your peanut butter sandwich. I like the yogurt and the fruit separate. I like to mix them together myself. And they never give you enough fruit. Never.
Right.
You always have 3 spoonfuls left and it's no fruit to go with it. So now you can make your as much as you'd like or as little as you'd like.
Well, and you have this recipe for overnight oats that is just phenomenal. It's so good. For the busy mom, it's just amazing. Can you go over that?
Sure.
Just briefly. It's really simple too.
It is a very simple recipe, Mom. On Sunday afternoon, you can mix it up. And I put it in the jelly jars, the canning jelly jars that are 6 ounces. That's basically enough for a child or mom on the go. Now, dad might need 2 of them. But you mix up, I just use a big bowl and I put in 2.5 cups of oats. I use Quaker oats, whatever kind of oats you'd like to use, you can use those. Then you get out your 1/4 cup measure. You got a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, you got a 1/4 cup of flaxseed, and you got a 1/4 cup of agave.
Okay.
2.5 cups of milk of your choice. I use half and half at our house. There's no carbs in it. My husband is diabetic, so we try to be as low glycemic and healthy as possible. You can use almond milk. You could use coconut milk. You could use cashew milk, any kind of milk that you would like to use. 2.5 cups. Stir. And you're going to notice now the milk is not completely absorbed in. That's okay. It will get there. Cut that into 4 portions. Now, either that or you can do it all at once. If you want to do just one flavor, then you can do it all in that bowl. But I cut it into 4 different flavors and do 4 different sections and do 4 different flavors. And I put in a couple teaspoons of, say, banana butter and a teaspoon of Nutella. We'll start with the most popular one. And you mix all that together. And you put it into the jar, put the lid on, and you put it in the refrigerator. Tomorrow morning, it's ready to go. You get up and you're getting ready for school. You don't have to fuss with the breakfast. It's already in there. The kids are going to open up the door and pick out what flavor do they want. Remember when you were a kid, you used to get the little cereal boxes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what flavor are you getting? Which one are you getting? Well, now you got a healthy choice here in the overnight oats. They last for 4 days, Mom, in the refrigerator. So if you make it on Sunday, they'll go through Thursday if the kids don't eat them before them.
So you start with the dry oats, or they?
Yes, ma'am. This is a no cook oats.
Do you need to use quick oats, or can you use an old fashioned oats?
I use old fashioned Quaker oats. Mm-hmm.
And it is sweet. It's so good.
Now get your fruit in there. I use my strawberry and I chop up little strawberries. Sometimes I'll put in blueberries. You can put in nuts. You can put in craisins. You can put in the pumpkin. If you put the pumpkin in there, mini chocolate chips. Oh, really good.
Lorena's over there in the corner going, I'm in.
Somebody's salivating.
We're killing people on a Monday morning. They're like,
this is tasty.
So, but it's quick and it's easy and it's good for you.
Right. Yes. You need 6 servings of fruit a day in your life.
Right. And it's good cold.
That's what I was just going to say. You're the second person that's told me. No, the third, actually, because I believe one of the girls said too. My husband ate the blueberry cold this week, or last week, rather. Yeah,
it's really cold.
Yeah, just get in there and eat it cold. Now I want to experiment how to make a cookie out of that.
That sounds
Oatmeal
yeah, wouldn't that be good?
Oatmeal cookies.
Just got to get a little flour, a little bacon powder maybe. And
so I do want to know, because there might be a small business person. Now there's cottage, cottage people. Mm-hmm. Can you explain a little bit about that for our neighbors?
The cottage kitchen is law. It is a law. That's true. It allows you to cook at home in your kitchen for certain items. And basically they're items that don't go bad.
Okay.
Like jellies, breads, let's see, spices, things that you don't have to refrigerate. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But
can they be on a retail shelf?
Cottage
people.
The cottage law says you have to sell directly to the consumer.
Okay. So they're your market vendors.
Yes, they're market vendors. Yeah. There's plenty of market vendors that are cottage. Now, you just have to mark on your product that this was made in a cottage kitchen that may contain allergens.
Okay.
This is our big concern, is the allergens.
Right. So you get around the cottage law because you use a co-packer.
I do have a co-packer.
And you paid all the ransom. I mean, for all the regulations, you paid. And
that's the kitchen. I do have a professional kitchen in addition to that co-packer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. That's how I started in the kitchen. And basically, I do make mine myself. That one product, the cucumber relish, is what goes to the co-packer.
Okay.
The rest.
Because co-packing is not cheap.
No. I've learned that. That was a goal and a dream come true. But I learned a lot of great lessons there.
Right.
Yeah, it isn't cheap. It's beautiful. It's worth it. It's exciting.
Right.
And now I can be on a shelf
in
a store because there's a UPC symbol.
Right.
People like to see that nutritional chart. And it's just more professional looking.
Right. I like your new label.
Thank you. Now the fruit butters are me. I'm making them, and I'm working on the nutritional labels now. So I was able to make these labels, the new labels in the front.
Yeah, that looks
a lot bigger and chunkier. And now you can see it on the shelf a little better.
Okay, so we're on radio. We're also on Facebook Live, and we're on YouTube streaming. So let's just describe a little bit. We're going to describe your label. It basically says Aunt Niecy, and then it has this half smile with the tongue, and it's so cute. But if you want to find Aunt Niecy on Facebook Live, I'll post her link on Shop Local for Good and on Shop Local for Good News in the Facebook group. But this label looks fantastic, Denise. It does. It's bigger.
Thank you. Yes.
Because before you had everything on the front, so the logo was hard to see.
Here we grow.
Here we grow. That was awesome. So
little things like that are so exciting in their growth.
What kind of in 4 minutes or less, what kind of advice because we're going to have to go to commercial break, but we'll keep you over, which she's not leaving them, tying her to her chair. What kind of advice would you give initially to one of the cottage bakers who are thinking about going in your direction? What's your best advice other than don't quit?
That was what I was going to say.
See, we do this to each other.
Don't stop. Keep going. Right around the next corner could be the person that you need to speak to. Do you know how long it took me to get that co-pack, that jar of cucumber relish co-packed? Do your homework. Do your homework.
Right. Because there's some really good ones out there.
Oh, just like life everywhere you go.
Yeah.
There's some great people out there, and there's some not so great people.
Then there's the others.
Yes, let's put it that way. I suggest prayer. I walk in faith, and the good Lord has led me and brought so many wonderful people into my life that has really helped me grow and move forward. And I'm honored that they've all come here, so many of them.
Well, and I love watching whenever Denise posts something on Facebook, she has some fiercely loyal people that follow her. I love your friends. They're fantastic.
I do too.
They're like,
some of these folks are in other states too.
Well,
a lot of them are
awesome.
rooting me on. And of course, I went to school with a great group of people that we all support each other today.
That's
still
nice.
To this day.
That's amazing.
It is.
Not everybody gets that, but you've taken that clearly, that support, and you've done the patience and persistence that it takes to move forward each step.
Mm-hmm.
So that's amazing.
well, and on occasion, Denise comes out and has tastings at MarketSpace for Good, which, by the way, is at 6785 46th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. And we have a ball.
Yes, we do.
And she invites everybody local. And then you get to come out and you get to taste your products. Now, let's give a quick shout out to Blood Brothers because they just opened a new store. And I got to meet those guys.
Did you?
At the Tampa market. And they are just the greatest guys.
Aren't they?
I'm going to try to get their Bloody Mary mix at the MarketSpace, but we've got to talk a little bit more. But they are in Tarpon Springs.
The Sponge Exchange.
The Sponge Exchange.
Blood Brothers Bodega.
Yeah.
Is the name.
Okay. And your products are there too.
Yes.
So if you're in Tarpon
my
Springs.
products are there. We're right behind that boat, the Aegean boat.
So we will be back with MarketSpace for Good. MarketSpace for Good's own Niecy. And we're going to talk a little bit more about entrepreneur collaboration and how we work together for good in our neighborhoods. So, Lisa, what do you have planned in 10 seconds or less?
And I want to share what I was able to go to last week that not many people got a chance to go to or share. So,
all right. We'll be back soon.
WTAN, Clearwater,
FM 106.1,
WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay, WZHR, Zephyr Hills,
FM 104.3.
Listen.
She'll testify. Getting worse before better. I'm Michael Toscano, the lawyer for Professor Christine Blasey Ford, who accuses Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct years ago, says she's willing to testify before Congress. Attorney Deborah Katz was live on CNN minutes ago.
Will your client, Christine Ford, be willing to testify in public to the Judiciary Committee?
The answer is yes.
She is willing to do it. Has she been asked by any of the lawmakers to do that?
That's interesting. The answer is no.
And Trump aide Kellyanne Conway has just told Fox News Ford should be heard by the Senate Judiciary Committee scheduled to vote on Kavanaugh Thursday. Former Hurricane Florence continues to dump rain that has nowhere to go except to swell rivers and flood highways and homes as it heads toward Virginia and New England. Wilmington is cut off from the rest of North Carolina with an airlift being assembled to get supplies to the people stranded there. The peak of the flooding is still to come, as we hear from Erica Hill in Fayetteville.
The good news here, there's a break in the rain, but that has officials concerned because they don't want anybody to worry about the flooding. There has been nonstop rain, including northwest of us, that is coming into the Cape Fear River, and that is only adding to the anxiety for officials here as they wait for more flooding.
New information this morning about that U.S. Border Patrol officer in jail and facing murder charges. Correspondent Joe Johns is in Laredo, Texas for us.
Juan David Ortiz, 35 years old, was supposed to be involved in interdiction of sex and drug trafficking here along the border. Now they say he has confessed to 4 counts of murder plus an abduction count thrown in, all said to be involving sex workers here in the area.
A Kansas sheriff's deputy has been killed in the line of duty. Sedgwick County Deputy Robert Coons III was responding to a suspicious person report when he was shot by a suspect, also dead in the shootout. Stock futures higher this morning. I'm Michael Toscano.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
Hey, and a good Monday morning, Tampa Bay. Big Ed here on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Let's check in with Dave Anderson and see what your Monday morning commute is looking like.
Good morning. I had over your vehicle fire southbound 275 in St. Pete there towards just past Pinellas Point Drive as you get onto the Franklin, the Skyway there. So a big old heads up on that scene. Now, what's the rest of us going to look at? Pretty much our normal flow of traffic in and around through the interchange in Tampa. The rest of St. Petersburg looks like we had some earlier activity. 66th Street near 54th Avenue North, as well as McMullen Booth, right around the area there, just south of Tampa Road. So heads up on that scene. If you believe you have what it takes to become one of Florida's finest, and you're up to the challenge of becoming a member of the Florida Highway Patrol, one can do it by applying at beatrooper.com. Dave Anderson here on the Tan Talk Network.
Thanks, Dave. A quick look at your Bay Area forecast. Nothing's going to change for the next week and a half or so. It looks like a high of 93 in the Bay Area. Could be higher inland. Overnight lows, a very crisp and cool 80 degrees, and the humidity will probably match that. Hey, once again, congratulations to Tampa Bay Rays. Take 2 out of 3 over the weekend from the Oakland A's. Yesterday, winning them against them at 5-4. I actually said 7-5 earlier, but what's the difference? They still won 2 out of 3. And of course, congratulations to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who won against the world champions, Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations. More Shop Local coming up next.
Hi, this is John Austin, host of the Book Club on the Tan Talk Radio Network. I spent 35 years in publishing, and today I want to tell you about a book that could change your life. The book is No Cash, No Problem. The author is Dave Wagenford. Dave Wagenford is one of the greatest barter experts in the world. He's bartered over $500 million in goods and services. If you want to remodel your home, but the cost is just too high, or maybe there's an automobile that you have dreamed of owning, but thought you just couldn't afford. Well, this book will allow you to do both of those things, plus hundreds more with little or no cash. Maybe you're a business owner with a cash flow problem that leads to low or non-existing profits. Read this book and see how you can increase your cash flow and your profits by time-proven techniques. The book again is No Cash, No Problem, and you can buy it now online at www.tantalknetwork.com. Click on the book and follow the instructions, or pick up the phone and call Lola at 727-441-3311. The book costs only $6.99, so do yourself a favor and buy the book today.
Recovery Collective Radio with Tom Liu, where recovery rocks. Wednesdays 5 to 6 on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
featuring a collective of guest contributors, callers, authors, speakers, and artists, talking recovery in its many forms to overcome and rise above the addictions, vices, devices, or distractions that may ail you or someone you know. Educate and empower. It's Recovery Collective Radio with Tom Liu, Wednesdays 5 to 6 on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi there, I'm Dr. John.
And I'm Dr. Lisa.
Do you have medical questions you never get to ask?
Now you can ask us.
After many years of caring for children and families, we've learned that the best informed families are also the healthiest.
Are you saying knowledge is power, Dr. John?
I am, Dr. Lisa, and since you're the smart one, I hope you'll share some knowledge with me and our listeners.
Let's do this then.
Okay, we hope you join us every Monday at noon right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network for the Doctors John and Lisa Show.
Listen online at tantalk1340.com.
There's only one place on the radio where golfers like you can turn for the best tips, interviews, product reviews, local tournaments, and everything golf talk. The Golf Show, guys.
Hey, join the Golf Show, guys, every Wednesday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's not just funny, it's informative, it's celebrities, and it's a lot of applause. It's the Golf Show, guys, Wednesday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's Monday. Do you need some Monday motivation? The Shop Local for Good News team is here. I'm Karena Morrison.
And I'm Lisa Walls.
And we're bringing you the good news stories of our neighbors doing good in our neighborhoods.
You can find us on Facebook Live on the Shop Local for Good page, and we're looking forward to your calls.
Let's get this Shop Local for Good News conversation started, shall we? And we're back for our second hour. And this is the Shop Local for Good News show, Monday Motivation. I'm Karena Morrison.
And I'm Lisa Walls.
And we have with us Aunt Niecy.
Hi there.
Aunt Niecy is one of our dear friends. She is often supporting local nonprofits with gift baskets and such with her amazing fruit butters and more. And Greg Costa, actually, he was the one that won your gift basket that you had for the local loyal shopper reward.
Wonderful.
And it had the habanero garnier.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
And he's so cute. He's like, I don't do spicy. I'm like, you can regift it.
Exactly.
And he goes, oh, yes, my cousin likes spicy.
There you go. Great Christmas gift. They're good up to 2 years.
There we go. And then you had the peach. You had the peach honey in there too. So later on in the show, we are going to do a drawing because this week's sponsor is Festival Hot Sauce with Anne Marie. Why do I want to call her Aunt? Probably because of Aunt Niecy.
Aunt Niecy's here today. You have her on your mind.
I do.
Her favorite aunt.
Yeah.
That's how I got this name. My best friend, their babies gave me the name Aunt Niecy 35 years ago or so. And their babies call me that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm Aunt Niecy, the unrelated,
my baby's
wonderful aunt that will spoil you to death.
And with her delicious
and
and
feed you,
fabulous
that's
food.
it.
Yep.
Yes.
So we want to just give a shout out to MarketSpace for Good. We want to invite everyone to come out because you do have your products at the space.
I do.
And but it is much more than a shelf.
So many more other items there, though.
Yes. It is much more than a shelf too, because Aunt Niecy is part of our Rockstar team of entrepreneurs. Shop Local for Good is the Shop Local for Good team started we are going back to college, Lisa.
We are? Oh.
Lorena and I are.
Yes.
So we started a class, and it's being put on by the Florida Cooperative Empowered Economic Development.
That's exciting.
It's called SEED. And it's at Ann Pinellas Technical College. And anybody out there that doesn't know, Karena loves school. I'm a big nerd. I love learning stuff. And so when I started my business, Shop Local for Good last year, I was unaware that there was an actual technical term for what I was putting together. I just knew it was right in my heart that I wanted to bring small business owners together with the leaders of local nonprofits so that we could encourage people to shop locally for good. So the small business owner supports the local nonprofit's mission, and the local nonprofit reaches out to their supporters and says,
Right.
Aunt Niecy donated a raffle basket for us, or Aunt Niecy supporting this month. She's at MarketSpace for good, or she's going to be at an upcoming market. Drop by and buy a fruit butter.
Seeing your dream coming true has made all the vendors in your store, their dream come true.
Oh,
also, I've told you before, we've talked about such a thing for years, and no one's ever done it until I've met you.
Wow. Well, actually, that's what the teacher of this class, just give a shout out to Judith. She walked into the MarketSpace a couple of weeks ago or a few weeks ago. And it was, and I'm going to be 100% honest, because being a small business owner can be exhausting.
Absolutely.
It was one of my more tired days. And she came in and she was so excited. She goes, "Oh my gosh, Karena, oh my gosh. I have been telling people to do this for years. I've been telling people to do this, and you're doing it."
Yes.
And I looked at her and I'm like, and I'm exhausted.
It's a good kind of tired, though. It's a really great feeling of accomplishment.
And she laughed. But she's doing this class. It's called Cooperative Entrepreneurship. And basically what Shop Local for Good does is we are going to be graduating through this class. She's going to teach us how to put everything, all my thoughts, all of my plans that people on occasion are like, wow, that's outside the box. We put them all in a package, and then she's going to work with me on getting grant funding so that we can grow
Oh, wonderful.
entrepreneurs in the community and establish Shop Local for Good as the place to go if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to be part of a co-op. So
Right.
we are a co-op.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't been telling people that. It's just I've it is. So we are.
Well, everything we do comes from the heart anyway.
Yeah, it's a cooperative. So we are a cooperative. But there are some legal things that you have to do through the paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
Right now we're an entrepreneur incubator. MarketSpace for Good is a project of Shop Local for Good. Map. They're like, wow, Karena, pick something else to do. Why don't you?
One of the things that you actually provide, though, that I think everybody could benefit from knowing from, because if you can't, in our audience, if you can't directly benefit, somebody who can, is the Tampa Bay Entrepreneur Nonprofit Collaborative, where you actually offer free one-on-one coaching sessions.
Yes, I will offer the first one free because I have to keep the lights on at MarketSpace for Good. But it is a 1 hour free coaching session. I got contacted by somebody via Facebook message the other day, and like, Karena, stop giving that away for free because you've got to pay the bills too. But it's a 1 hour thing, because what I want to do is it's more like you're interviewing me and I'm looking at your things, because I've developed a talent because I've been on social media so extensively for so many years that I can look at a Facebook business page of a small business owner and just know right away a few things that will help them grow. So,
well, you've managed to turn what for many people is half confusion, half disaster, into something effective for a small business. And most people either don't have the time, or they didn't have the foundation that you had to really understand when the changes happen, what's going on, and they just give up. So to have somebody like you guiding them through, okay, this is what Facebook did, this is what Twitter does now, this is what Instagram is for, and this is how best to use all this to your business's benefit. That's
without
so
getting
worthwhile.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because most small business owners I speak with, they're like, I don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, you do. Give me 5-10 minutes a week. Give me 10 minutes a week.
Right.
And what the goal is to empower your supporters, your business supporters, with opportunities to brag about you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like on your team. Like you were saying, you have a strong core of friends that support you from even outside of the area. You know, them sharing one of your posts and celebrating your joy because you are a joyful person.
I am.
That's why I love
to
chatting.
be joyful.
I chat with her like in the middle of the night.
We get up at 3 o'clock in the morning time when you can't sleep. I'm like, are you up too?
She sent me a Facebook message the other day, and I had not turned off my notifications on my phone.
Oh no!
And it's okay. And the cat had turned the TV off. We'll talk about that at another show. So when my TV goes off, Karena doesn't sleep very well. But anyway, I heard the notification, and I'm like, I wonder who that is because it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was Denise, and I opened my laptop because I like to type.
I do too.
And so we chatted for about an hour. And then I'm like, okay, I got to go back to
That's when we come up with some of our greatest ideas.
The middle of the night.
We really do soundboard off each other. It's a ton of fun.
It is. Plus, you've got a heart for giving and for serving others.
I do like to help others.
So that's why I think we get along.
We all need to help each other. If we all helped each other, just think how successful this whole world would be. It's just our country.
Well, and focusing it on the Greater Tampa Bay area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we'll be honest, there's a lot of crazy going on at the national level, the world level.
Yeah.
But what I notice, what I see is the more of us that hang around together that are focused locally on the local nonprofits and the local small businesses and how do we help each other and how do we grow, we tend to be less grouchy, less frustrated, less wanting to crawl into a corner and not do anything.
When you focus on others and you're helping others, it makes you completely forget about what your problems are and what is anything else other than those people that you're dealing with. And it's, when it comes from your heart, it just really, it does. It makes you feel wonderful.
You feel good. And everybody has time to help.
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, even if you can't get out of the house, even if you're not on social media.
True.
There's ways. We'll figure it out. Connect with us.
There you go.
We'll figure it out. You can go visit your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to your neighbor. You could get off the keyboard and go talk to your neighbor.
Yes.
I have the greatest neighbors. They're gardeners. So, and what Lisa was referring to is the Tampa Bay Entrepreneurial Collaborative, where it's free first time one-on-one coaching session for an hour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a social media overview of your business. If you have a website, I want to check that out too, because I learned something new about traumatic brain injury and how they interact with websites. I learned that from Greg.
Okay.
And so you might not know that, and now I have that in my knowledge base.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to work on a community outreach strategy with you. What does a community outreach strategy mean? Think canvassing, but only more fun. Because you're going to be getting off your keyboard, or you're going to get some teenagers that you can treat to a pizza party afterwards.
Yep.
To go canvassing for you and flyering the neighborhood with a special event that you have coming up. We're gonna have to start getting off our keyboards and going and talking to our neighbors more.
Well, now's the time to start planning something like that because the weather will start getting beautiful in
It's
October,
coming.
right?
Yeah.
So put those plans in place now.
Well, like for example, with our Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival, last year we hit 2,000 houses, Lisa.
Wow.
It was 2,000 doors.
Yeah.
In 2 days. 2 days. It was fun.
That's dedication.
It was fun. But you're inviting them to come out.
Right.
So, and we're going to do that again this year. And what we do is, so you can do that for your small business, or you can find friends and family to help, or another idea that was brought up to me, and I was doing this just regular because I'm really not a shy kind of person. So, and unlike some of my friends. So when people were coming into the market space, I had some flyers, and I would just automatically ask them to invite 2 of their neighbors to come in. Two sides of your house. Go to that one and that one.
Either side. There you go. That's a great idea.
I'm not going to ask you to walk up and down the street if you want to. So, and it's fun because when people do come into the market space for good, I've not had a negative reaction yet. They're like, this place is cool.
It is.
And wow, how long have you been here? And we opened in July 21st.
21st, okay. And it was 20 last week. Last week about.
We want you to come out and visit.
You got to see it.
Market Space for Good. There's lots of neat stuff in there.
I mean, you're incubating businesses, but you're incubating innovation too. I mean, this is like, you had that visit that said, this is what people should have been doing and nobody's done it till you did it. And it's more than just a shelf. The promotion that's available through the market space is phenomenal, and you're coaching these people through the similar kinds of promotion if they want to receive that coaching, and you're available for that, and it's kind of awesome. So
plus all the members are coaching each other too.
That's true. And then the meeting place, like the jewelry class that was held last night.
Yes, we had wire wrapping jewelry with Madhouse Mindworks. It was so much fun. I didn't realize how relaxing making wire wrapping is, and that's what my husband does too with the copper. And when we got home, the girls and I were there. Both my daughters did their own, and I'll share a picture of what we did on the Market Space for Good Facebook page if I haven't shared it already.
Yes, they're all beautiful, but that's a nice opportunity for any of the vendors to be able to come in and
that's what Lauren told me.
Yeah,
she's like, Lauren said, it's worth it for me to be able to do a monthly class here. And then I know that she does steampunk jewelry, and it's really fantastic. And she has an entire jewelry case so that she can design it and everything. And she said it's 100% worth it for her membership, because we do have the event space. Thanks for mentioning that.
Now she's 2 counties away, so she's developing a following here in St. Pete now.
Yeah, she wants to build local, and it's really cool because she's up in Inverness, which I have about a gazillion cousins up there.
Oh, that's right.
My mom's family's up there, so big shout out to my Inverness family. But no, she's up there, and where she is it's not as urban, so she has to do a lot of traveling for a lot of her shows, and she's not really a big deal to come down,
right?
And the Market Space for Good is part. Speaking of cooperatives, it's part of a larger cooperative. Market Space for Good is part of Shop Local for Good. And Shop Local for Good is a member of the Urban Regeneration Station, which is another cooperative that we're putting together we're building together on the property. It's going to be a permaculture. It's got a huge field in the back that they're going to be doing permaculture in, and
kids and growing.
There are more spaces available for rent. We're one of the units, and I think there's 1 or 2 more that are available. So if that's your thing, if you're thinking about doing what Steve Harvey says and jumping, and you're thinking about opening a unique thing, we've got the Market Space for Good covered. But there's all kinds of different businesses that can be done. It's a big leap, though.
It is. If you're ready to jump, it's a good place to jump to.
So I do want to encourage people, in case you missed, shoplocalforgood.com and shoplocalforgoodnews.com is where you're going to find lots of information about what we're talking about this morning. Now, Denise, do you have a couple of events that are coming up real soon that you would like to shout out?
I do. I have on the 29th of September, Rivers of Provision is having a plant and garden show in Tampa, 9 to 2. It's an early one. And this is a new one for me, and I'm very excited about it because this program is teaching inner city children how to grow. The Rivers of Provision, how to grow food and take care of living off the land for themselves.
That's what we're going to be doing.
Exactly. I'm excited about that. I saw that picture also of the kids planting. I love that idea to teach them young how to. And then it's just nothing but a thing. This is the way they've lived.
Well, they love it. They love getting in the dirt.
They do. I love digging in the dirt too. So that's a really great event. I'm looking forward to. You'll find everything there if you want to grow edibles, trees, ornamentals, a variety of a lot of things. There's even going to be rabbits and chickens, and there's going to be organic eggs for sale, and everything is. It's all going to be
September 29th.
September the 29th. It's a Saturday.
Okay.
Out there in Tampa. And then the snowbirds arrive with the day we're all waiting for. Yes.
Did you see my rant?
I did. Oktoberfest is on the 13th of October in Indian Rocks Beach. It is an amazing event that's every year. I've been doing it for 8 years now.
Okay.
And it benefits the city of Indian Shores.
Okay.
So all the proceeds, and we're raising money there too for in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And I just got into a really great one. Then Lisa, you might be interested in this one a lot too, because it's called Health Fest down at Williams Park in St. Pete. Their logo is a beet.
Okay.
I'm excited
When
because I only got the best pickle beet you've ever tasted.
Right. What's the date on that one?
The date is the 6th of October. It's on Saturday. I believe I'm going to 10 or 11 to, I'm going to say 10 to 4, maybe 10 to 4, 10 to 5.
Okay.
Something such as that. There'll be lots
now,
of great
if they
info
go
there
to
too.
if they go to Aunt Niecy's Facebook page, you've added those events to your upcoming events.
Yes,
right?
I did. My fall schedule's posted there, and my fall schedule's also posted on my website at auntniecysfoods.com. No apostrophe.
auntniecysfoods.com.
Yes.
And then you're going to be at Mac and Cheese. I'm so excited.
Oh, I can't wait for mac and cheese.
I got to tell a story about you.
Uh-oh.
So last year when I was going around building my market family, I pretty much stalked you at how many events?
You did. That's true. I kept seeing you. I didn't know you were stalking me though. I was like, oh God, look, it's so good to see you guys again.
It wasn't on purpose, but I every time we came
I just happened to be there at the good festivals that you were.
Well, and I would ask, and you're like, oh my gosh, Karena. And it's true. She books her shows like
you have
a
to.
lot of time in advance. So getting you for mac and cheese was just like a win.
See, again, there was something that just fell into place.
Yeah,
it was
because somebody dropped out,
exactly,
and then
it was already full,
in.
and here I have this opportunity now. What a blessing!
I'm so excited you're going to be at Mac
Me
and Cheese.
too, and I'm excited about representing Kids Campaign Inc. I'm very, very excited about that. These kids really deserve. They deserve
now that's
so much more.
That is an all volunteer managed. I've known these ladies 4 years. They give so much to the families of their own. And for you, your voters in the People's Choice Foodie Favorite, which you're going to get a really cool plaque. And then I get to feature the winner gets a really cool plaque. And we're going to feature you on the Shop Local for Good website for the year. And just all kinds of good stuff for you. But you're going to be raising funds for Kids Campaign. So your vote, the proceeds of each of your votes will go towards a grant that will be awarded to Kids Campaign, the Mac and Cheesy grant. That's what I'm going to call it.
So I'm giving back. You got to pay it forward, and you got to give it back.
And it's only $2 for a vote.
Right. What do you waste $2 on today? Just today.
Right.
Tomorrow you will waste $2 more somewhere.
Yeah.
My husband loses it. He drops it right out of his pocket.
Oh.
So really, really think $2, folks.
Okay, so we're going to take a short break, and we will be back with Aunt Niecy of Aunt Niecy Specialty Foods.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
The Shop Local for Good News team has exciting news for Tampa Bay high schoolers. A local publishing company is conducting a short story writing contest exclusively for high school students. The theme is Scary Stories, and the contest ends just in time for Halloween. For the official rules and guidelines and to connect with the contest publishing company, send a message with the subject line Scary Stories using the Contact Us form at shoplocalforgoodnews.com. Contact us at shoplocalforgoodnews.com.
This is Karena Morrison with the Shop Local for Good News team, and we have mac and cheesy news for you. The annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival is returning to the beautiful campus of New Hope Church in Palm Harbor with a deluxe petting zoo, pony rides, unlimited inflatable fun. It'll be an afternoon of fun for your family. Get your early bird bonuses at shoplocalforgood.com. That's shoplocalforgood.com, and we're looking forward to the mac and cheesy fun with you and your whole family.
If you love literature, you know nothing makes you feel closer to home than works by local authors. Right now, find printed collections by acclaimed poets and writers of Gulfport at MarketSpace for Good's Local Authors Showcase, 6785 46th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. Stop by and let the Shop Local for Good team arrange to have your purchase autographed by the author. The Local Authors Showcase, 6785 46th Avenue North in St. Petersburg.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we're back. This is Karena with Shop Local for Good News, Monday Motivation. And I have my dear friend Denise here with Aunt Niecy.
Good morning. Good morning.
And I do want to mention that we are doing guest host tryouts. So if you want to be a guest host of the Shop Local for Good Monday Motivation, I want you to definitely reach out to me. You can email me at Karena@shoplocalforgood.com. And what I want you to do is I want you to send me what you think Shop Local for Good means. What does it mean to you? It's not a pass or fail. And then we'll set up a time to meet at the MarketSpace for Good. The MarketSpace for Good is open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or if you don't want to email me, you can just come into the MarketSpace for Good and say, hey, I'm interested in learning more about being a guest host on Shop Local for Good. We almost forgot that there is a drawing happening in the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival for families who buy their activity armbands by September 30th.
Right.
The early bird specials are over on September 30th or until they run out. And Shop Local for Good is going to have a drawing out of everybody that buys their early bird activity armbands for $50 in mac and cheesy bucks that you can spend with all the vendors at the event. So get your tickets early and you'll get your bonuses and you'll get your
extra
fun
bucks.
And you'll make sure that what will they be able to ride?
Ponies.
You'll make sure that your children will be able to ride ponies. Now, we do want to do a drawing because Festival Hot Sauce is sponsoring this week's MarketSpace for Good Local Loyal Shopper Reward. Now, in order to get into this drawing, all you have to do is come into the MarketSpace for Good and make a purchase. Doesn't matter what you purchase. You make a purchase.
That's it. We love to give their goodies away.
And then you put your name in and we're having a weekly drawing. And then at the end of the month, we're going to have a drawing from all the names. So even if you don't win this week, you could win the monthly drawing for a gift card or gift shopping experience at MarketSpace.
Lots of opportunities.
Yep. So I'm going to have Denise pick out the name. See who we have. We have James. All right, James, I have your phone number. I believe this is, I know who this is. His wife came in.
Right.
And she was so excited about Handle with Love.
Tell us. Oh.
That she bought one of the t-shirts and then one of the tank tops.
Right.
They didn't have her size. So she prepaid and is going to come back in and get the t-shirts. So
They have they have tank tops. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now
so,
that's me. I want a tank top.
Yeah, and they're really comfortable. So she was, and then on her way out, she went to walk past Rescue Me Bakery, and I started telling her about Kathy and how Kathy supports. Kathy's awesome. How Kathy supports Passion for Pets Rescue, and she's like, "Well, I've got to buy dog treats for my dogs because my dogs are rescues." So she turns around and came back and bought dog treats too. So
awesome.
Very enthusiastic, local,
And she's
she lives in
spreading
the
the
neighborhood.
word in her neighborhood.
Yeah, she lives in the neighborhood. She doesn't even have to
Wonderful.
drive to get to the neighbor, to get to the MarketSpace for Good. So that's
Won't
awesome.
you be our neighbor?
And isn't Rescue Me Bakery going to be our guest next week?
Rescue Me Bakery is going to be sponsoring. No, she's not going to be our guest. She's going to be sponsoring the local Loyal Shopper gift basket.
So you want to get in and buy your doggy treats and anything else you might need in there to get that basket.
Yeah, because the doggy treats are really good. They're Rosie approved. Rosie is my dog, and she's very approving of Miss Kathy's Rescue Me Bakery treats. Rosie's a rescue too. So that's what we've got happening. Now, Lisa, you were furiously writing some notes earlier.
Yes. I just was so excited to share. I had gotten a chance to go last week to a special screening of a film version that just came out of a book that most people have heard about, but, maybe are only vaguely familiar with, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And this is something that was written in 1937. But it gives an overview of many people who have reached some kind of success in their lives, either through an innovation or invention or building a business. And Napoleon Hill was a journalist who was interviewing a lot of these successful people during the Depression, trying to give people hope. You can succeed too. You're not going to be poor forever if you can just be innovative, if you could be creative, if you could take on some of these lessons. So I think this, as the story goes, Andrew Carnegie himself challenged Napoleon Hill to put these interviews and his research in a book. And it's considered inspirational still to this day. So there has recently been a film release, Think and Grow Rich. You can Google that and find out more information about the film. But it was just amazing because what they did is they took those stories from the first half of the 19th century or the 20th century, and they, whether it was a story about Henry Ford or Thomas Edison or Eleanor Roosevelt or whoever they were highlighting in the story, and they put it in the film where you got to experience the inspirational, mind-blowing experiences of these successful industrialists and entrepreneurs. And they and the filmmakers took our modern day entrepreneurs who have really launched themselves into success. A good example are the Shark Tank people, right? You don't get invited on Shark Tank to be a contributor to Shark Tank if you haven't reached a certain level of success yourself. So if you're a Shark Tank fan, you'll recognize some of your favorites there. Barbara's on there. Kevin Harrington was actually at the event I was at and introduced this film, and he's also in the movie, and lots of really key people are being interviewed to sort of share what those entrepreneurs experience and how that translates into our modern experience to grow and inspire others. And I just love that this is all supporting this idea that if we collaborate in a community where we are continually surrounding ourselves by inspired people who are focusing on doing things for others, not just themselves, this is how success is launched. It's just, it was an amazing film affirmation about what Shop Local for Good is doing, and the MarketSpace is geared toward, and how you, Denise, met Karena, and how you guys have been working so collaboratively together and inspiring each other. And also drives home the point that Rich almost has never anything to do with money. Rich is about experiencing life to the fullest, right? And having that joy in the life you're experiencing. So it was just phenomenally inspiring. And, of course, the book itself is, you could find a bargain priced copy at a local bookstore, but for under $10. And the book itself puts all these lessons into categories of life lessons, like the importance of desire, the importance of faith, the importance of specialized knowledge, imagination, which is something that should be more prized than it is, organized planning, decision making, persistence. You talked about that earlier, Denise. You know, in order to get where you are, you had to go through 2 years of looking for a packer. So that was amazing persistence and patience, but you kept at it and you kept talking to people and you didn't give up. So a lot of
kind of like I have found what is vital is that you have to have a passion for what
or
you're
you got to
doing.
have the passion to keep going, right?
And you have to understand that there is a time investment. Like, for example, this radio show doesn't just poof out of it. No, you want to. I mean, we could come in here and wing it, and it might be kind of crazy, but then we wouldn't have information and things that might be able to motivate people during the week. And for example, I'm reading this great book, another great book. It's called No Cash, No Problem. And it was written by the late Dave Weigenford. Ed, where'd Ed go? He told me how to pronounce his name. But I got to put one of them, the bartering, in practice this week with actually a brilliant graphic designer friend of mine. I can do online graphic design pretty easily because I can see it. Now, what you don't understand, most people don't understand, is a print flyer is a whole different animal. Because especially when it's about a big festival like the Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. So I was trying not to bother my friend, who is a genius in this area,
right?
And who's constantly being asked to do things, and I was trying to put one together myself, and I got to the point where I didn't like the way it looked, so I'm pretty sure nobody else would have liked the way it looked because it was too busy and all this other stuff. So I got in touch with her, and she is a huge fan of dragonflies. She loves dragonflies. So, and she,
I know where you're going.
She wanted one. She wanted one for.
Yeah, but you had a beautiful
We've been talking
one.
about the dragonfly issue because my husband is the copper artist and he makes dragonflies out of copper. And I said, well, I have an idea. I know you want one large enough for the side of your house, which is, it can run some money. And I said, what if I volunteer my husband to make you one? And she's like, that would be awesome. Anyway, she spent hours on that flyer for me. And we just got a couple more edits, and I can't wait to share it because it already looks awesome. I just want a couple of words changed. And so
I can't wait to see it.
I went in and told my husband, or I told him, I said, by the way, I need so-and-so's help. I'm not going to out her on the radio. She'll kill me. And she, she and I have been talking about her wanting a dragonfly for the side of her house. Will you please make her one? And so I didn't expect him to do it right then. Later, about 4 or 5 hours later, he comes in and he puts this dragonfly on my desk and he goes, here you go. I'm like, well, I didn't expect you to do it right away.
Oh, wow.
And so I took a picture of it, and then for perspective, I had to put a bottle cap on it. And I said to her, she goes, wee! So she gets her dragonfly, and
he does beautiful work.
Yep. And I get a fantastic looking professional flyer for the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. So, that would have cost me money if I had hired somebody to do
This is how we help each other out.
Yeah. So that's what the whole no cash, no problem bartering system can be done.
I love bartering.
Bartering's fun.
Well, and that, there was one of the contributors to the film had a really interesting comment. He said, what you are sitting on right now that looks like the greatest barrier, that's your advantage. And that, so if you think cash is your barrier, you don't have it, that's your advantage. Now it's going to force you to get creative and find other ways to collaborate, cooperate. And bartering is a perfect example of how to work around your immediate problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got to know how to pivot too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You can, a lot of it's fear. A lot of it can be frightening.
Well, it is frightening. It is scary. I will say that. It's very scary, but you have to product, and if you have the passion, that'll drive you there.
Passion, work ethic, flexibility, and you're going to need at least a couple of friends to keep cheering you on. I mean, you could try to do it on your own, and people have done it on their own. I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm just saying the most taxing is not be like, for example, I went to visit Joey Biscotti Bakery on my way into the MarketSpace with Lorena the other morning, and he's got some equipment failure, bless his heart. And I was actually fighting with trying to design that flyer when I went online and said, and he's like, it's going to be okay. And so I hadn't visited his place in a while. I've got the best brownies on the planet.
Oh, they got, well, of course, biscotti.
Yeah.
Well, we used to be at the market together many years ago in Dunedin. Yes.
Oh, Stephen and
we were right
they're
across from each other.
Great guys.
Very nice guys.
So
go out and see them.
I went in and he replied to one of my posts and he's like, you got this. And I said, I'm going to come in and visit. I'm going to get up extra early and come in and get my chocolate therapy. And so Lorena and I dropped in and she got, what did you get?
It had to be a hard choice.
Cream pie. Yeah, it is coconut cream pie. And I got the porter pecan. What I love so much about the porter pecan brownie is they've teamed up with Crooked Thumb Brewery for their porter.
Ooh,
so
that's what it means.
Yeah, they put their porter in there, so it's local brownie.
That's it.
And
local yokels, come on down.
Good, it's really good. But we got an opportunity, because small business owners are busy. But we had an opportunity to talk to him for about 10 minutes, and he was explaining, it took him a good 2 years to build up enough of a year-round resident.
Right.
Following.
There's your key here.
Because, come on, guys, for those of you who live here year-round, I'm going to tell you right now, these small business owners, they're struggling when our northern neighbors go north. And it really shouldn't happen. There's enough of us here.
That's true. I see them on the road.
Yeah.
They're driving.
So if you live here year round, I just want to encourage you to, find some favorites, visit them once a month.
That's a good plan. That might be too hot for the festivals and the markets, but you can always come out to Shop Local for Good and see how many of us all right there in the same place. One-stop shop for all your needs.
Yeah. MarketSpace for Good, 6785 46th Avenue North. That's going to be beaten in your head. But no, like Joey or Stephen was telling me of Joey Biscotti, that it took him a couple of years to build up enough of a base during the summer months.
That was in a good time too.
Yeah. But so just understand that every small business that you walk into is a family's dream.
That's true. And you're putting food on the table for a single mom. You're putting ballerina shoes on a little girl that's dream. You're buying a football jersey for a little boy, and instead of another yacht, a third yacht for the CEO. It's right. Let's help our neighbors. Let's help each other, because let's face it, the CEOs aren't helping us.
Well, and it's good for the environment.
Yes,
because your products don't have to travel as far.
Well, we can hold each other to a higher standard.
That's
right?
true.
I mean, I know what goes in Aunt Niecy's.
Right.
I know that these are quality ingredients, locally sourced. This is fantastic stuff that feeds our body. It nourishes us in deeper ways, because we are really being blessed by that connection to the community.
Yeah.
So,
well, and when you're buying from Aunt Niecy's, this is why Shop Local for Good, one of our whys is we want to be able to bring our shop local, our small business friends on the show, we want to be able to spotlight the ones that give back to the community, and you are constantly giving back to the community.
Well, that's what it's all about. I think I can't, I wish I could remember who told me this, but I believe that it's important that when you are a business owner, you should give back to the community summits. What you give, what goes out always comes back to you tenfold. When you give, it's going to come back in one way or another. It might not be today and it might not be tomorrow, but it will come back in one form or another, even if it's just word of mouth.
Right. So I do want to give a great big thank you for Stephen with Joey Biscotti Bakery, because and he didn't even pay me to say this. He's just my friend. Not only does he make really good,
another one of the
pastries,
good guys.
Yeah, he's just very wise, and I've known him for years. And he's another one that I can go to and say, "Hey, I need a door prize or a raffle item," and he figures it out. Even when it's the really slow ones.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just an inspiration, and he's just a fantastic baker.
Mm-hmm.
Yummy.
Oh, very much so.
You walk into their shop. It's on Main Street in Safety Harbor. And it's right after the railroad tracks when you're coming into Safety Harbor.
Oh, okay.
And
yes.
it's on the left. And you walk into their bakery, and it's just heaven.
I bet it smells great.
Oh,
yeah. I was across from him at the market, and so I got to see everything.
Yeah.
I just see it every day.
He's another one that gives back to the community,
Mm-hmm.
and he mentors people, going through challenges. I've been doing business for many, many years. Full disclosure, this is my first brick and mortar business, which is, a whole world of getting people off their keyboard to shop with you.
This is true.
But if you have a local business or a business idea and you need a place to incubate it, the MarketSpace is a perfect place for that. There is space available. It is absolutely more than just a shelf. You get promotions, you get activated with community members who you can contribute to, and they can contribute back to a think tank. So there's huge opportunity there if you're a local artist or artisan or writer, or you have created a product or you provide a service.
And we also want to, encourage it if you're already a brick and mortar space store owner and you want to connect with a broader community and you want to help support the Benevolution Foundation, there are sponsorships available for that as well. What we do is we showcase your business cards on a really nice business card display right at the checkout counter. And then you let me brag about you to people that come in, and that's my favorite thing to do.
Right? What about direct sales? We can have theirs too, right? Direct sales.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Like
we do.
Like the Lula Rose and the.
We do have room for those. And we also have the Passports for Good program. We almost got out of here without that. We've got a mac and cheesy publication coming up. We've got lots of space for you. What they are is a personal leather keepsake organizer. Say that 5 times
Gorgeous.
fast. And they are undated. And the business discounts that are located inside them are also, they do not expire. So we already have we have 21 businesses in there so far. And there are more.
Yay.
And what will happen is when you reach out to Shop Local for Good, we'll send you towards our inquiry form, because we have an exclusivity policy. Once we get one type of a product or service in there, we don't do a duplicate one, because we want to maximize your promotion. And there will be 150 of those publications that will be used as store prizes at the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. We will announce you to everybody that's excited about the mac and cheesy fun too, because you'll be a sponsor of the event. Right. So the reason why I started Passports for Good is because it is definitely hard for a small business owner to be a sponsor of something that large. So once again, we're doing a collaborative effort. And by being a member of the Passport for Good and having your discount in there, You're a part of the sponsorship of the event.
And the exposure. Exposure is so important. And again, you've made something affordable for us little guys to be able to participate in. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's really not expensive. And, then I get to brag about even more small business. There's a lot of them out there.
She's good at bragging too.
I love bragging.
I know.
So we do want to give a shout out to the Fran Hosh Law Group. They are returning again this year as a Mac and Cheesy sponsor. And their team is just fantastic. We appreciate the Fran Hosh Law Group for sponsoring this year. We also want to give a shout out to Dr. Serrano and his team with Ignite Chiropractic. Not only are they helping to sponsor the event, they're going to be there.
Yes.
And their team is going to be giving free massages.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there.
You are there. They're going to be giving free massages at the Macaroni and Cheese.
Oh, that's right. I am there, aren't I?
You are there. So you have to get your husband to come with you. So he's like, honey, watch the store.
That's right.
I'll be back. I just got to go get my massage on. So Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festivals, November 3rd at New Hope Church, Palm Harbor. That's 455 Riviera Road. You want to get your early bird armband special because you'll be entered to win a $50 Mac and Cheesy Bucks gift card so you can spend it and get some of Aunt Niecy's fruit butter.
Yummy. Let me feed you. I love to feed people.
The People's Choice voting is online right now. To the Benevolution Foundation because we are building grants for 8 local nonprofits that will be getting some funding from all the Mac and Cheesy fun and goodness.
I'd really like to challenge the friends on my Facebook.
Yes.
I would like to challenge them for one vote, one $2 vote. If every person on my Facebook friends voted one time, that would really be huge for these kids. My heart's so into this. I'm so excited. And let's take this home for Kids Campaign Inc.
All right. Denise is motivated.
I am.
And we're going to have some hard copy tickets for you. So your October events, you will have hard copy raffle door prize tickets.
Oh, outstanding. So you can come get one of these raffle tickets anywhere I'm located, plus where you're located.
Yes, but they won't be available till October. So
Gotcha.
We want to do them online. And we're going to wrap up this Monday Motivation. We want you to join us every Monday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. This is Shop Local for Good News. Your area good news of good neighbors doing goods in our neighborhood. And we love to have you join us on the Shop Local for Good News page. And check out shoplocalforgood.com and Shop Local for Good News for all the Mac and Cheesy fun and the People's Choice voting. And we love to see you next weekend or next Monday. I'm Karena Morrison.
I'm Lisa Walls.
And this is Shop Local for Good News.
Have a great day, y'all.